Good evening, bonsoir, Ani, and welcome to our March 16th meeting of council. I'd like to call this meeting to order. I would like to begin the meeting by acknowledging that we are in the traditional territory of the Anishinaabeg peoples in the Robinson-Huron Treaty area and wish to recognize the neighboring community of Dokis First Nation. While we meet today, I would like to take a moment to acknowledge the importance of the lands which we each call home. We do this to reaffirm our commitment and responsibility in improving relationships between nations and to improving our own understanding of local Indigenous peoples and their culture. From coast to coast, we acknowledge the ancestral and unceded territory of all of the Inuit, Métis, and First Nations people that call this land home. With that, I need a resolution to adopt the agenda, moved by Randy, seconded by Bob. All those in favor? Thank you. Any disclosure of pecuniary interests? Seeing none. There are no delegations tonight. And so we'll move on to the reports, and under general government, there is nothing to report. 7.2 finances of 7.2.1, there's a resolution to pass the bylaw to adopt the 2022 budget bylaw. And with that, I'll need a mover and a seconder, and then we can discuss. Randy and Dave. Mark Fleury or Mark. Any comments or questions? I think we've hashed this out a lot over the last.
It's to confirm that we have not received any questions from the public since last public meeting.
I have not received personally any questions. I've mentioned it to a lot of members of the public that it was 1.98 and they were happy with that. And there was no question. Then said, we glad we live here and not Sudbury. So it's good. Anybody else? Oh, Rick, did you have something?
Yeah, through you, you beat me to the punch. I was just going to say we've done a much better job in Sudbury because there's a lot of bickering here. So we did well. Good job.
Yes, and again, thank you to all the staff that put it together for us, and participation of council and some of the public who did show up for a couple of meetings. So we appreciate that. Having said this, I'll call the motion. All those in favor? Thank you. We'll move on to finances again. So there's a report in there with regards to council statement of remuneration and expenses. We have to report on this every year. That is part of the municipal laws. And so inside of it, you have it. If you have any questions, do you, Randy? No questions? Anybody have any questions? I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Nobody's getting rich. Not yet. Okay. Do we have to pass this as a motion to of receipt, or it's just for information? Just for information? Okay, Rick, did you have any comments? No, you're all good. All right, let's move on. There are no reports for Public Works and Environmental Services, nor for Recreation and Community Service, Emergency and Protection Services, Building and Planning and Development. So moving right along. No correspondence received? No. So I need a resolution to adopt the items contained in the consent agenda. Moved by Renee and Dave.
It is duly moved and seconded. Be it resolved that council approves the items of the consent agenda under section 9.1 and receives the items under section 9.2 and 9.3.
Thank you. All those in favor? Thank you. There are no notices of motion?
None.
No. Okay. Announcement and inquiries. I will start with Bob this time.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just a couple of things. I'd just like to say thank you to usually our guests. I thought they'd be there. Yesterday, we had a vaccination clinic yesterday afternoon in Albin, and Angela and Peter were there volunteering. I just want to say thank you to them and acknowledge that they went out of their way, and that super nice people, and just thank you to them. On March 30th, the Environmental Committee is going to meet, mostly to try and plan to do something for Earth Day on April 22nd. If you have any ideas or anything you'd like us to bring up and discuss, please let me know. We're flipping a few things around, but it's going to come quickly. So basically, that's it. I've started tapping my maple trees. So it's a beautiful time of the year. Thank you.
Thank you, Randy.
Not a terrible lot for me. I'm just say the French River Lions Club is selling seedlings. We're about halfway through the stock that we have this year to be delivered in the end of May. Contact me if you wish to get some seedlings this year. They're $1.25 each. And this is my second last meeting, so it's coming
Okay.
quick.
That's right. Okay. And Randy, let us know when they arrive and when you're selling them, and then some of us can come and give you a hand to sell them. Okay.
Absolutely.
Mr. Dean.
I don't really have much of anything to say. I will say this is not so much any announcement, just glad that we are meeting tomorrow with our the committee that talks about water levels, and I'll just leave it at that.
Unlike Bob, I'm a little bit behind with tapping my trees. I didn't have time yet, but I did start clearing some of my trails. I'll be starting shortly. I'd just like to add the Skidoo trails. They'll probably be closing very soon. There's going to be a lot of slush. We're expecting rain tomorrow. So make sure to look on the website to see where the trails are open and stay off of them when they're closed, because it can get dangerous. That's about it.
Renee?
Not for me, not too much. I'm very happy to see the beautiful weather starting to get here. Spring's in the air. We have our recreation committee meeting scheduled next Tuesday on the 22nd. So we'll be looking at our summer projects then and going through ideas. And the Rapids are playing on the 27th. That'll be their last regular game at home before the playoff starts. And they are in the playoffs for the first time in 6 years. So hopefully we get a lot of people out there cheering for them. So that's all.
Thank you. And Rick?
I have not too much to say, except I'm anxious to be able to see some events coming up in the next several months as COVID, that famous word, eases up a bit and allows us to do to see either ball tournaments or concerts at the Joe Chartron Park or things like that. So anxious to be able to plan some of those and attend some of those like everybody else. But that's all. Thank you.
Thank you. I just have the Albin seniors they're holding their general membership meeting on Friday, along with their luncheon at the Albin Community Center. The doors open at 11 o'clock. The meeting will be held shortly after. I think it's going to be held between lunch and dessert, so that we keep everybody there. And the food bank is open tomorrow for pickup. And my understanding with the snowmobile trails is that the groomers, that's the last grooming that they've done, and it's been absolutely beautiful. I hear nothing but good things. Also for the community at large, it is spring. The snow is melting. Some of the grates aren't open yet. Our crews are working hard to make sure everything's okay. So this is a time of the year where we ask you to be a little bit patient and let the people that work for you do their jobs. We'll get to you. If there's an emergency, please call the municipal office and we will get to you. They will get to you as soon as possible. And I think that's all I had. Mark?
Just to inform council and the general public, the half-load signs have been posted by Public Works along with the warm weather. And just to reiterate what the mayor said, if there's an issue with the culvert or cross culvert that you notice, please don't hesitate to give us a call. The guys are out patrolling, but every little bit helps. Thank you.
Mark F. Mel, you're good? With that, I need a resolution to adopt the confirmation bylaw, moved by Dean and Dave. All those in favor? Thank you. And I need a resolution to adjourn, moved by Bob, seconded by, oh, Richard. Sorry, Richard.
That's okay. You're
When you
forgiven.
come back here, then I'll notice you a little bit more. Sorry.
You're forgiven. I'm good.
Okay, all those in favor? Thank you. Alors, bonsoir and have a good night.